Thank you for joining us in this series where we are reading the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. My name is Robert Mugisa. I am a human rights defender and advocate, but I'm also passionate about issues of life, seeing that everybody enjoys their naturally given entitlements, that is, rights and freedoms, without hindrance from any other third party. Article 29 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda provides for protection of freedom of conscience, expression, movement, religion, assembly, and association. Article 29(1)(a) provides that every person shall have the right to freedom of speech and expression, which shall include freedom of the press and other media. B. Freedom of thought, conscience, and belief, which shall include academic freedom in institutions of learning. C. Freedom to practice any religion and manifest such practice, which shall include the right to belong to and participate in the practices of any religious body or organization in a manner consistent with this Constitution. D. Freedom to assemble and to demonstrate together with others peacefully and unarmed, and to petition. And 29(1)(e), freedom of association, which shall include the freedom to form and to join associations or unions, including trade unions and political and other civic organizations. Article 29(2), every Ugandan shall have the right, A, to move freely throughout Uganda and to reside and settle in any part of Uganda. B, to enter, live and return to Uganda. And C, to a passport or other travel document. Article 30, right to education. All persons have a right to education. Full stop. 31, rights of the family. 31(1), a man and a woman are entitled to marry only if they are each of the age of 18 years and above, and are entitled at that age, A, to found a family, and B, to equal rights at and in marriage, during marriage, and at its dissolution. 31(2), Parliament shall make appropriate laws for the protection of the rights of widows and widowers to inherit the property of their deceased spouses and to enjoy parental rights over their children. Marriage between persons of same sex is prohibited. That is 2A. 3. That is Article 31(3). Marriage shall be entered into with the free consent of the man and woman intending to marry. 4. It is the right and duty of parents to care for and bring up their children. 5. Children may not be separated from their families or the persons entitled to bring them up against the will of their families or of those persons, except in accordance with the law. Article 32. Affirmative action in favor of marginalized groups. Article 32 is on affirmative action in favor of marginalized groups. 1. Notwithstanding anything in this Constitution, the state shall take affirmative action in favor of groups marginalized on the basis of gender, age, disability, or any other reason created by history, tradition, or custom, for the purpose of redressing imbalances which exist against them. 32(2). laws, cultures, customs, and traditions which are against the dignity, welfare, or interest of women or any other marginalized group to which Clause 1 relates, or which undermine their status, are prohibited by this Constitution. 3. There shall be a commission called the Equal Opportunities Commission, whose composition and functions shall be determined by an Act of Parliament. 4. The Equal Opportunities Commission shall be established within 1 year after the coming into force of the Constitution Amendment Act 2005. 5. Parliament shall make laws for the purpose of giving full effect to this article. Let's look at Article 33, Rights of Women. Rights of Women, Article 33 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. 33.1. Women shall be accorded full and equal dignity of the person with men. 2. The state shall provide the facilities and opportunities necessary to enhance the welfare of women, to enable them to realize their full potential and advancement. 3. The state shall protect women and their rights, taking into account their unique status and natural maternal functions in society. 4. Women shall have the right to equal treatment with men, and that right shall include equal opportunities in political, economic, and social activities. 5. Without prejudice to Article 32 of this Constitution, women shall have the right to affirmative action for the purpose of redressing the imbalances created by history, tradition, or custom. Article 34, Rights of Children. 34.1. Subject to laws enacted in their best interests, children shall have the right to know and be cared for by their parents, or those entitled by law to bring them up. 2. A child is entitled to basic education, which shall be the responsibility of the state and the parents of the child. 3. No child shall be deprived by any person of medical treatment, education, or any other social or economic benefit by reason of religious or other beliefs. 4. Children are entitled to be protected from social or economic exploitation and shall not be employed in or required to perform work that is likely to be hazardous or to interfere with their education or to be harmful to their health or physical, mental, spiritual, moral, or social development. 5. For the purposes of Clause 4 of this article, children shall be persons under the age of 16 years. 6. A child offender who is kept in lawful custody or detention shall be kept separately from adult offenders. 7. The law shall accord special protection to orphans and other vulnerable children. Article 35. Rights of persons with disabilities. 35.1. Persons with disabilities have a right to respect and human dignity, and the state and society shall take appropriate measures to ensure that they realize their full mental and physical potential. Parliament shall enact laws appropriate for the protection of persons with disabilities. Article 36. Protection of rights of minorities. Minorities have a right to participate in decision-making processes, and their views and interests shall be taken into account in the making of national plans and programs. Article 37. Right to culture and similar rights. Every person has a right as applicable to belong to, enjoy, practice, profess, maintain, and promote any culture, cultural institution, language, tradition, creed, or religion in community with others. Article 38. Civic rights and activities. 38.1. Every Uganda citizen has the right to participate in the affairs of government, individually or through his or her representatives in accordance with the law. 38.2. Every Ugandan has a right to participate in peaceful activities to influence the policies of government through civic organizations. Article 39. Right to a clean and healthy environment. Every Ugandan has a right to a clean and healthy environment. Article 40. Economic rights. 41. Parliament shall enact laws, A, to provide for the right of persons to work under satisfactory, safe, and healthy conditions. B, to ensure equal payment for equal work without discrimination. And C, to ensure that every worker is accorded rest and reasonable working hours and periods of holidays with pay, as well as remuneration for public holidays. Article 42, Clause 2. Article 40, Clause 2. Every person in Uganda has the right to practice his or her profession and to carry on any lawful occupation, trade, or business. Article 40, Clause 3. Every worker has a right, A, to form or join a trade union of his or her choice for the promotion and protection of his or her economic and social interests. B, to collective bargaining and representation. And C, to withdraw his or her labor according to law. Article 40, Clause 4. The employer of every woman worker shall accord her protection during pregnancy and after birth in accordance with the law. Article 41. Right of access to information. Every citizen has a right of access to information in the possession of the state or any other organ or agency of the state, except where the release of the information is likely to prejudice the security or sovereignty of the state or interfere with the right to the privacy of any other person. Article 41, Clause 2. Parliament shall make laws prescribing the classes of information referred to in Clause 1 of this article and the procedure for obtaining access to that information. Article 42. Right to just and fair treatment in administrative decisions. Any person appearing before any administrative official or body has a right to be treated justly and fairly, and shall have a right to apply to a court of law in respect of any administrative decision taken against him or her. Article 43. General limitation on fundamental and other human rights and freedoms. 43.1. In the enjoyment of the rights and freedoms prescribed in this chapter, no person shall prejudice the fundamental or other human rights and freedoms of others or the public interest. 43, Clause 2. Public interest under this article shall not permit A, political persecution, B, detention without trial, C, any limitation of the enjoyment of the rights and freedoms prescribed by this chapter beyond what is acceptable and demonstrably justifiable in a free and democratic society, or what is provided in this Constitution. Article 44. Prohibition of derogation from particular human rights and freedoms. Notwithstanding anything in this Constitution, there shall be no derogation from the enjoyment of the following rights and freedoms. A. Freedom from torture and cruel, inhuman or degrading treatment or punishment. B. Freedom from slavery or servitude. C. The right to a fair hearing. D. The right to an order of habeas corpus. Article 45. Human rights and freedoms additional to other rights. The rights, duties, declarations, and guarantees relating to the fundamental and other human rights and freedoms specifically mentioned in this chapter shall not be regarded as excluding others not specifically mentioned.